A quick set of rapid fire questions.
Shoot!
Can the Hunter do the Himalayan?
Most definitely.
Can the Classic do the Himalayan?
Most obviously.
Can the Meteor 350 do the Himalayan?
Has done it. There were about 10 of them, I think.
Can the Splendor do it?
Not recommended. It would probably give up the ghost climbing up one of those passes. Anything is possible.
Can the Interceptor do the Himalayan?
Yeah, can.
It can. Did you see snow?
Yeah, I saw a little snow.
Far off?
No, no.
Right next to you?
Far off, I saw a lot of snow. I saw a little snow right next to me at Kardungla. So I stopped. I went and played with the snow.
You went playing with
Yeah,
snow?
I played with snow. I made snowball. I threw it around. I chucked it everywhere. I think somebody captured it on video. Yeah, I did. I wish I could have seen more.
Can the FZ250 do the Himalayan?
I think it can.
Most obvious, can the Himalayan do the Leh?
Does that need an answer?
We've got viewers asking for it.
Probably one of the better motorcycles to do the Himalayas is the Himalayan.
Can the Pulsar do the Himalayan?
Oh, yeah.
Carb versus fuel injector.
Yeah, fuel injection any day.
Silkolene versus Motorex.
Equally good.
Both are equally good.
Yeah. I'll go back to carb versus injector. There were a few carburetor motorcycles in there. Very few. 2 or 3 classics, I think. The rest are all FI. Throughout the 21 days, be it in Nizamabad or in Agra or Manali or Umlingla, Sarchu, where temperatures got little. Every morning, first crank, the bike fired up. Any temperature, anywhere, the first crank, it got into idling.
Oil consumption.
I had to top up 200 ml at Delhi.
Understandable.
I had
Yeah.
belted it from here to Delhi. Delhi, the entire trip back to Chandigarh, oil level didn't change. So it is just this constant highway high speed. There was some oil burn, which is natural. So a 170, 180 ml, let's say 200 ml I had to top up.
Spurious fuel.
I think things have changed in Ladakh. That concern is no longer a big concern.
Okay.
None of the motorcycles had any issues with spurious fuel. Water contamination, dust contamination.
No?
They're all okay.
I like this question very much. I don't know if I have to put it in a rapid fire or you want to answer it. Did the bike freeze?
Freeze?
Yeah, freeze.
No, the bike was free. The bike didn't freeze, nothing happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is better, Himalayan versus the 390 ADV?
Depends on the purpose. It's too open a question to say which is better.
For your Leh Ladakh trip.
Let me say.
That's a use case. Let's talk of that.
Let's put a hypothetical scenario. I
You
would
own
take
both?
the 390 Adventure, ride it from Bangalore to Manali. From Manali, I'll take the Himalayan.
That's a smart way of putting it.
Given a choice. If I don't have a choice, I'll take the 390 Adventure, no problem. Since it's a comparison between these two, give it a choice. I can ride from there, I'll take the Himalayan.
Is it better to rent a bike or take your own?
It's up to you. If the individual wants to go with their own motorcycle, enjoy like I like to do. I don't, as of now, I don't like to rent. I might do it in the future. Rental takes away a lot of
Fun.
things. However, that motorcycle is not yours. Depends on your approach. Both are pretty okay.
Acrophobia. Did you experience it, or people who have acrophobia? What's your 2 cents?
That's probably a more experience it. It's not acrophobia. Yes, on some roads, especially Namikla. Namikla, narrow, winding road and a trucking route. I saw about 4 or 5 trucks that had gone off the cliff and down. And when trucks are coming, I was on the edge. doing this to let the truck go by, and I was bravely looking the other way. I would look this way. Yes, if someone suffers from fear of heights, it could be a bit of a concern in certain circumstances, in certain areas.
I think I will take this as a rapid fire question. Can it be done in October? Closure of the season.
It can be done, but some passes may be closed and some facilities may be shut. You may not get food on the way. The dabas will be gone because it starts to get very cold. All those people they come in there for the season and they go back to wherever they are from. On most of the routes, they're all temporary, all temporary structures. Even if they're permanent structures, they'll be shut and gone. So you may not get food, water, support, anything. So
I can correlate to that because I think one of my drives, I was not driving a car from here. It was in October. Yes, the weather is highly unpredictable, much more than what it was. A lot more cold winds. And as you said, facilities.
Yeah.
They were zilch.
We may not be able to get a chocolate or a water or
Yes.
Anything to eat. So
True.
it could be, and that means there are not going to be no people on the way.
There's going to be no people.
Getting
Yeah.
help, support for anything could be a bit tricky.
The number of hotels that operate also closed down.
Yeah.
But it also means you get a good deal. But then,
But
what are the...
between A to B is a
Yeah.
concern. There will
Yes.
be nothing there. Those 7-8 hours of travel could be tricky.
Yeah. I have an interesting question. I don't know how you would pick this. Resale value of the motorcycle post the ride.
Okay, yeah, I think some people have a concern that if the bike has been to Leh Ladakh, resale value drops. Yeah, and
Because of the falls.
because of the extreme circumstance under which we have used the motorcycle.
Yes.
There are two answers. I mean, I'll give two, not an answer, I'll say two things about it.
Just stab at it.
The motorcycle suffers more wear and tear in Bangalore traffic than it does in Leh Ladakh.
I was to say that constant.
And if the motorcycle value is going to drop, that is a small price to pay for the wonderful memories you have on a motorcycle, on your motorcycle in that beautiful mountains.
So talking of memories and moments, Baski, there's an interesting question. What was the most beautiful moment that you had the last 21 days of a ride?
I have many. One is the snow. When I saw that little snow, that was, I was fully enthused
Yeah.
by seeing the snow. Second was going back to some of those places where I was 10 years ago. Reliving
Those days.
that and finding out I felt a lot better, fitter, stronger, more energy, more focus this time.
This time.
And three, none of you guys came for the trip, okay? None of you. You. And two others were sitting in their house this Sunday morning. Nobody showed up for the trip. I had let me say, there were no friends with me.
Yeah.
The person whom I rode with from Bangalore is a good acquaintance, not a friend.
Pally.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, not like what you are to me. Being alone by myself to my thoughts was a highlight.
I would like to follow it up with two questions, which more or less echo what you're just saying. How do you think it would be to experience a solo trip? Why I asked this question is, you just mentioned there were no friends with you on the trip. Yes, there was a group, water everywhere, but not a sip to drink. How was that?
It was a different trip. The learning is many. To spend 18 days in the mountains, 17 days in the mountains by myself to my own thoughts.
Yeah.
Nobody
The
to
me space.
Nobody to share it with. Hey, look, see that? Did you see that? Hey, did you see that? That didn't happen. And I thought I would miss all of that when I started out because none of you showed up. Okay?
I'm sorry, Baski.
I thought I would seriously miss that, and I was thinking, whom would I speak with? Whom will I share all this with? Whom will I call out and say, hey, did you see that? Did you see this? It was okay.
It was okay.
It was all right.
So, follow-up question on that, on similar lines. So, do you mean to say exploring the mountains helps one emotionally and mentally? There's a couple of guys have asked this question.
The only person I have to live with for the rest of my life is myself. And the mountains teach us how to live with yourself and your thoughts. It teaches humility. Because once we get there, I became one small, insignificant speck in that huge space. I was nobody. I am just one speck of dust that just comes and passes in the sands of time of that mountain.
You lost in Mother Nature. You're one with being in the one with the universe.
One speck in the universe. Whereas in Bangalore, I think I am some big shit. You know?
Not in Bangalore, on Insta. Thank you for the viewers. 120,000 plus. It's still growing.
121,000 followers,
Yes.
and you know, I go there. Everything is crude. I am nobody.
I agree.
So, yeah, it's all right. It's good to do it alone sometimes. Yeah.
And talking of this, what all did you get to explore?
And going back to what you said, the highlight, let me not call it highlight, the most important places, like I said, I had some fun in the snow.
Yeah.
The other thing was the war memorial. We went to two, Kargil War Memorial and the Rezangla. Rezangla is the Chinese
thing.
Indo-China War, 1962.
62.
And the Kargil War Memorial, which is more recent.
Recent, yeah.
Very difficult emotionally in that place, especially when I went to that section where there are stones, the gravestones with the names, Colonel so and so, Captain so and so, Subedar so and so, Lance Naik so and so. It was very difficult to see that those hundreds of soldiers who lost their lives defending the country.
Yeah, hats off to them.
That was the most difficult and something that will stay in my memory for a long time. And a huge flagpole with a massive Indian flag. So I'll just digress a little here.
Yes.
Standing there and screaming Bharat Mata Ki Jai, Jai Hind is only one little part of patriotism. It is also about ensuring throwing your cigarette butt in the right place, chocolate wrapper, biscuit packets in the right place. That is also patriotism. So
True.
I hope more people will extend their patriotism to other aspects of their life rather than just limiting it to when the flag is there in front of them.
True. A light-hearted question, Bosky. You said you'd done so much on the bike, the Muddy Hawk 411 that you took. What was the feedback on the bike from your fellow riders or from the Royal Enfield guys themselves? Were they happy seeing it?
Quite happy. I think mine was the bike with the most fittings and accessories on it. Most of them were stock. A few things, of course, handlebar it's not something to mention about because it's pretty standard.
Yeah.
A lot of people change the handlebar. So those little things I had done attracted a lot of people, and some of them are coming to the workshop over the next month or two to do what I have done on the motorcycle.
So were there any extreme feedbacks that you have on the Himalayan in that particular terrain, or any of the other riders who got their Himalayan, were they complaining? Because that's one of the questions that we have.
The ones with the Himalayans were the happiest lot.
Okay.
The ones with the Himalayans were the happiest. They were the ones having the most fun. They were the quickest.
Oh, okay.
Arriving everywhere. Of course, 80% were Himalayans, so obviously it's a right choice. They're all happy that they brought the Himalayan, and many who are not on the Himalayan have decided they will buy the Himalayan.
411 or the 450?
Which 450? Oh, okay, I don't know. Whatever it is, but there were a lot of people who will convert, who had the classics and the Meteors. Said, okay, next year I will buy the Himalayan. Now I know what it can actually do.
Capabilities. So how did Ari conclude despite all those red alerts? I know you said there was a different plan B made up because there's a question around
5 ride leads, great people, The biggest skill those 5 ride leads had was they were good hosts. We can teach a good host to ride well. Not necessarily we can teach a good rider to be a good host. So these people are good hosts, good riders.
Good riders.
So they took good care of all of us. They didn't baby us, they didn't spoon feed us anything.
I think I missed this question, Busky. You were mentioning about Himalayans and 80% of the group was having Himalayan. So do you make a statement that is ADV bikes more suitable for the Leh Ladakh? Because there's a specific question for it.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
More suitable, yes. Most certainly, yes.
Which is the best bike to go to Leh? We have quite a lot of people asking that question.
The motorcycle that is in your garage. That is the best motorcycle. The best motorcycle is the one you have. Like I said in a reel a few weeks ago, and I offended a few people by saying that I called the motorcycle a tool in my journey, and many people were unhappy with what I said, and that's okay. And I said I respected everybody's views. I don't have a problem. It's how they view their motorcycle. I respect that. I shared how I view, and I asked how you view it. It is part of the journey, which facilitates us to go and come. It can be anything.
Can be
Yes,
anything.
will the Himalayan make it easy? Yes, it will make it easy.
Yeah.
Is it necessary that you should go only in Himalayan?
No.
Not necessary.
I took out the mobile because I still have questions coming in. So thank you for the viewers to that.
Oh wow.
Why not the V-Strom 650? We've got a question on that.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
You
Take
say
it and go.
Take it and go?
Yeah. Take it and go.
Anything in specific
Yeah.
to keep
a
in
metal
mind when you
sump
take such a
guard.
big bike?
A metal sump guard.
Metal sump cut?
Yeah. Because some of those crossings, some of those boulders,
Mm-hmm.
the bike can bottom out, and definitely we want to ensure that if there's any stone sticking out, it doesn't hammer the engine.
Yeah, the V-Strom has the oil filter right at the
It's
bottom.
on the front.
Yeah, front.
The engine
Very
case is
easy.
at the bottom. It's got a plastic engine protection.
Yeah.
So a metal guard is something very important, no matter which motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
It can be the V-Strom, it can be the Hunter, it can be the classic,
Himalayan.
it can be the Interceptor.
Okay.
Royal Enfield has got those metal
Yes.
guards. So there were some motorcycles that got a pounding on the sump guard.
Okay.
So they all had a sump guard, so nothing went wrong.
So we have a question here. He says he is a complete noob beginner.
Mm-hmm.
He got his license at 30 years of age and learning to ride as he speaks. It's very daunting is what he says. And he asked this question, how long will it take to go to the Himalayas?
Go now. If you have got a driving license at 30, you're on an adventure already. So why are you worried about the Himalayas? Get going. Join a group.
Okay, this is a bit of a personal question.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite singer or band? And do you recommend listening to music in 1 year while riding?
I do not recommend listening to music when riding.
The same here.
Be there in that moment
Yep.
for 2 reasons. One, you know what's around you.
Yes.
You can enjoy, understand, appreciate what's around you. And 2, you're more alert and focused on what you need to do. Not in la la land listening to the music. Singer favorite, I have a few, all from the 80s. So
Cheap of the old block. Pink Floyd.
yeah,
Say yes, please. I love Pink Floyd.
yeah, I do have a few oldies, Dire Straits and
Yeah.
things like that. Yeah.
There's another question. Hello, I'm planning a trip to Ladakh from Bangalore this August end, and I have a few questions. I'm riding solo from here to Delhi and in the return from Srinagar. Any general tips? He's broken up into 4 queries, by the way. How are the roads from Delhi to Manali and Manali to Leh? Did you take that road? How is the situation after the floods? Is it necessary to have a way to waterproof each and every gear? Find that interesting. I have mostly ridden in the south, first time going north. How is the fuel situation? will it be necessary to carry jerry cans? I know you answered the jerry cans part. He has a GS 310 which has only 11-liter tank capacity.
Yeah, it's a good motorcycle to do the Himalayas. Got a good suspension, it's light, it's got reasonable grunt.
Okay.
Fuel, yes, please carry like I said.
Yeah.
You can go solo. Roads are okay. Keep in touch with some local people there when you get there. Do not listen to social media. Do not listen to the news. Listen to the locals who have more information. Because social media and news are nothing but sensationalism. We don't need that. So,
Okay.
go enjoy the trip.
And any general tips for his solo ride from
Carry
Bangalore
some
to
spares,
Delhi?
learn the skill to fix a puncture, change cables, put it on jack, soft luggage, remove wheel refit. Plan A, have plan B.
Okay.
Yeah. Carry some cash. Many places when the network is not on, you cannot pay by UPI, you need to pay with cash. So carry some cash also.
20,000, 30,000,
10,000 is okay.
10,000 is fine. Okay, moving on to the next question. I think there's a bit of a chicken and egg question as to which came first. What kind of experience should a person have to go on an expedition like this? Should they have prior experience, or even a beginner can go for such rides? Also, is a cruiser like Super Meteor 650 a good bike to take on these rides? Or is it only the mighty Himalayan can conquer the Himalayan roads? What kind of hardships does one face on these kind of trips? I think you answered the Super Meteor. You said one was with two-up riding and the other one was a solo.
If it's a new person, a beginner, Super Meteor is not the motorcycle to take and go to the Himalayas.
You
If it's a beginner, if you're a beginner, just starting motorcycling, new to motorcycling, want to do adventure,
Okay.
that's probably the most difficult motorcycle. And one recommendation, please take some riding lessons before you go.
Interestingly, yeah, that was my next question.
Okay.
Riding classes and skills.
Oh yes, that is an investment one can make in themselves before heading to the Himalayas. Believe me, it can save your life.
This is the most popular question which I reserved for the last.
Oops.
The cost that you incurred for the whole trip, how much did you outlay the budget and how much was actually spent? And can students do this trip? I like the students part of it.
Does it mean that they don't have money?
I don't know.
Or they have to borrow money from their parents?
I'm pretty sure it's going to be like that.
Probably will need about 1 lakh
Yeah.
to do that.
In today's circumstances,
Like I said,
100K.
accommodation can vary from 5-star to a tent.
Yeah.
So up to 1 lakh. So well within that is.
You say. So you say put a number and stick to the number rather than going just by the numbers, because it can even a 100K can be 2 lakhs.
500 rupees a day gas on an average every day.
Yeah.
You're spending 10 days there, you're going to spend 5,000 rupees on gas. You're going to
Fair
spend
enough.
14 days here, you're going to go multiply on that.
Yeah.
500 rupees a day on food.
You're gonna leave. That's what I said. You make a statement and you stick to
500
that.
rupees a day for food. I'm saying getting by, no luxuries. 1,000 rupees a night for stay, you're sharing.
Yeah, if you're on twin
Somebody-
sharing.
Yeah, twin sharing, 1,000 rupees a night.
Yeah.
The reason 65,000 Royal Enfield costs is because they have the service, the backup, everything, right? So it's going to cost more. So we can do it in 50,000 rupees,
Yeah. Why not?
can do it in a comfortable way at 1 lakh. So 50,000 to 1 lakh is what is, I would say, is the window.
Yeah. You can be on a shoestring.
Yeah.
Carry a sleeping bag, sleep anywhere and everywhere, or get into a room once in 2 days or 3 days, because in the Himalayas you don't sweat. You can even have bath once in 2 days or 3 days. I know people who have done that.
No, that's normal there.
Yeah, that's normal there.
The cold weather, there's no sweat.
Yeah.
You really don't want to be putting water and soap and drying your skin even
Yes.
more.
Exactly. So
Do what Kamala Hassan did in Pushpak.
that's a nice take.
Yeah. Just wash only the armpits. and your underwear.
And you're done?
You're done.
That's a good one. So that brings us towards the end of all the questions that have been asked by our viewers.
Thank you.
So thank you for your time.
Thank you for so many questions. Very nice of you to ask, and I hope I have been able to answer. If I haven't answered anything, please put in your questions in the comments.
ऐसे ऐसे